Hey Jules, good morning. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Just had a little something on my heart to share with you guys today to encourage you. Also, don't forget about this Friday night at Carolyn's house at 6:30. It's a men and women's together in conjunction for this month. And if you can bring like a side dish or a dessert, that would be great. Just let Carolyn know that. And so I wanted to go ahead and jump in and let you guys just share something with you guys that the Lord had dropped in my spirit. So you guys remember me talking about Violet. Who remembers Violet? Violet had a calf the 1st of August. And so it has taken Violet some time to adapt to her new season and her new role of what she has stepped into. Now go with me spiritually. When she became a cow, when she had a calf, she came into milk, her new purpose, you guys have heard me talk about this before with these cows, her new purpose in life was to produce milk because she had a calf. So when the promise came through her, when she birthed her fruit, the calf, she stepped into a new season of life. There was something new for her life. It wasn't just being a heifer anymore, out hanging out in the field. She has a responsibility to produce milk is what God has created her to do. And so when she had a calf, after she was separated from the calf after a few days, and she began to have to go in every single day, twice a day, going into the milk room, being milked, she was not real excited about doing that. And so oftentimes, like some of us, right, we step into a new season and we're excited about seasons and God's doing a new thing. But then when you get to the season, sometimes you're like, uh-oh, this is not what I had in mind for the season. And so once her calf was removed from her and she did not have the baby anymore, then she had to step into the work. She had to step into the reality of here's my purpose, here's my calling, here's what I am meant to do. Oftentimes, like some of us, the promise or the fruit, God does a big thing, your miracle, whatever, there's the big thing there that he does. He opens a door, whatever your thing is. Maybe you have been praying for a child and, you had the baby. Maybe there was a financial miracle. Maybe there was a miracle inside your home. Maybe God just did something powerful. But then, kind of once the few days of the butterflies were over of that, then you have to continue to walk out the season and what all that encounters. Just like I'm saying about the baby. Once she was removed from her baby every single day, and she had to start being milked, putting the milkers on. It wasn't the calf nursing her anymore. It was putting the milkers on. It was going out in the field with the other animals. It was walking those things out. Then she began to it was just like you could tell she wasn't excited about being in the milk house. She fought to she didn't want the milkers on. She would just kind of like be very anxious. Her persona, her personality, it was just very much like you could tell she was uneasy. She was not satisfied. It was like, what happened? What did they do to me? I didn't ask for this. What are they doing to me? And she didn't want to eat real good. She was kind of being like picky about what she was eating. She wasn't eating all of her feed. She didn't get sick or anything, but she was just, you could tell she was resisting the change a little bit. And that is like oftentimes what we do. We want God to do a thing. He does a thing. But then we have the responsibility to continue to walk out the season that God has called us to. We wanted the baby. We wanted the thing to take place. And now you have to carry it out and walk out your due diligence as a woman of God and say, you know what? God has done this for me. He knows what's best. He has my best interest. And I will continue to walk this out regardless of what I thought the season or the transition would look like in my life. And so there's a scripture in Galatians 13, verse 5 that says, examine yourselves as to whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves. Do you not know yourselves that Jesus Christ is in you? And so I began to think about that where are we right now in our walk, in our season? Maybe some of us have stepped into a new season. Maybe God's just done a miraculous thing for you. Maybe you're getting ready to transition and you have some hesitation about it. Whatever you're thing is that God is doing in this season, or you don't know what he's about to do, but you just want to be prepared and say, I'm going to examine myself. I'm going to test myself. I'm going to make sure that I'm operating in him and not out of my flesh, not bringing on a good idea, but it's not a God idea. Come on, we've all had some of those. We've had some really good ideas, but they were not God ideas. And even sometimes people try to slap God's name on it so it works out in their favor. They think it's going to work out in their favor. But then it's kind of like when the baby's gone, when the butterflies are gone, it's like, oh, what am I doing? I don't like this. But we have to walk it out and make sure that we are walking with him and doing what he has called us to do. And so the cool thing about Violet is Violet has had all the right parts. She's a great cow. We're really proud of her. We bred her ourselves. She has our prefix. A prefix is the name, like your farm name, which means you bred the animal. You have that's your animal that you bred. We didn't buy her from somewhere. So it's pretty cool that she was the first cow that we ever bred. And she was the first heifer that was ever born on our farm, the first heifer, the first calf ever born on our farm since Chad and I have taken over or had this farm and started it. And so that was pretty cool. And she just has a really cool story. And so, but it was like she just, again, resisted the transition. So today, are you resisting the transition in life? Are you holding on to summer when we're trying to move into fall? You know, and I look at her when she was resisting this and I'm thinking, girlfriend, you've got all the right parts. You're a great cow. She has a great udder. Like, she has a great body. Like, everything's there for you. And you're just trying to resist this. Like, step into this. And now at almost in a couple weeks, she'll be 2 months fresh. She's really finally starting to get in her groove. She comes in, she eats all of her feed, she's out grazing. She is really now, it's taken her 2 months to say, okay, I think I'll get on board here with what's going on. Some of us, it takes us a whole lot longer than that. And God's going, I'm trying to do a new thing in your life, but you won't step into the season. You won't seek me. You won't find me. You are about your own agenda and not mine. And that's what she was doing. She was about her own agenda. Like, I don't want to do this, so I'm going to resist this. I don't want you to put the milkers on me. I don't want to eat your feed. I don't want to come in here. Whenever we were trying to help her and grow her. And so, you know, she has the potential. All the right parts are there, just like many of us. God has the potential. He's put the potential in you. He's given you the right parts. He's given you the right tools. It's all there. He's just waiting on us to be sure that we are stepping in. It's all there. It is all there. We just need to examine ourselves, test ourselves, and say, let me take a reality check for today and see if I am truly going along with the season, if I'm truly operating in who he is. I'm truly following him and being excited about what he's doing in the next season of life. And so I just encourage and remind you guys today, even when the baby's gone, the butterflies are gone. You know, for example, God does a financial miracle in your life and the money came. But then 2 weeks later, where are you? Where's your faith? You know, you transitioned into a season, or maybe God gave you a new job. And this is the job you wanted, the job that you prayed for. And then it's like, you still got to walk it. Like, God still opened the door, even though there's tough days, there's hard days, whatever that looks like. Maybe God fixed your marriage. He did a whole new thing in it and you knew it and the evidence was there. But then the argument came a couple weeks later and it felt like it was starting again. It's not starting again. We just got to get in alignment. We've got to transform our minds. We have to grab a hold to the promise and walk it out. Just like when we have babies, it's all wonderful. Is the best thing in the world ever. But then after you're home for a couple weeks and postpartum depression sets in, or the baby won't sleep, and you feel like the world's against you and you're by yourself, like, you know, even though there's a miracle and God did a miracle and this is a new season as a mother in your life, there's still difficulty sometimes that comes along with the open doors. So I just want us to keep that in mind as we have entered the open door and as we are transitioning seasons in life. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys today, and I hope it encourages somebody. I know it's been thought-provoking, and And it helps me to myself to even again, you guys know that I filtered this stuff through myself. It's for me as well as it is for anybody else. And so I'm looking at that, and I'm taking into consideration what God has shown me. And as I was laying in bed the other night, the Lord just, as I shut my eyes and I began to, you start getting down into sleep. I wasn't asleep yet, but the Lord he spoke that to me, and he said, but Violet had all the right parts and the potential was there. But she wasn't excited about it. She was still rejecting it in that moment, even though she had it all. It all was there. It all was working together for her good. But she rejected it. And so, I know that was the Lord, and I know that this is something that He's speaking to me in this season and showing me through her. And so, just wanted to share that with you guys. Another thing that I'm going to share really quickly. Listen, this morning when I was in my Bible time, I started digging in a little bit more about the door, 5784, and Chucky preached on that the other night. And if you missed it, you missed it. I'm sorry, but it was really good. I'm sure we'll talk about the door some more, but just really quickly, because this is super exciting and I have to share it with you all, because I won't make it till tomorrow to not tell somebody about this to church day. But he talked about the dalet, which meant the door. That was the D in Hebrew. And it even looks like a 7, and 7 equals completion, in the Hebrew for the number 7. But, it also symbolizes the number D, or the letter D also symbolizes selflessness, lowliness, and consciousness of possessing nothing of one's own. Wow. Okay, so it symbolizes the door. It symbolizes selflessness, lowliness, being cautious and possessing that whatever I have, it's not mine, it's the Lord's. He's blessed me with it. It's not, no, and nothing of one's own. That we are needy. We are needy to Him. I can't live without the Lord. I am needy to Him. This is so powerful. So D, that's D. O. So O, I don't know how to pronounce this yet. I haven't even Googled how to pronounce it. This is just like fresh, like an hour ago. So AYIN is what that means. That's the name of the letter in Hebrew. I'm not even going to attempt to say it because I haven't looked it up yet. But anyways, the A is silent in that. So in the Hebrew, it's the letter O. Stay with me, but it means their alphabet. Like how you would say it's AYIN, but the A is silent. And so because the A is silent, it sees, but it does not speak. So the A is there, so it sees, but it doesn't speak, which symbolizes representing humility, which, what did I just say that D represented? Selflessness and lowliness. This all ties together. It's going to blow your mind. Representing humility. And it means the I. Wow. So powerful. And it said when there's 2 I's, which would mean 2 O's, it represents 2 eyes to connect to the brain, in which we choose what we see and how we react to that, how we see it, how we respond to it. And again, the A is silent, it sees but not speak. Humility. So powerful. So we have the choice to what we want to see and how we respond and act upon this life and things that come our way in the seasons, whatever it may be. R. Resh, R-E-S-H. I don't know how to pronounce it. Like I said, this is just fresh off the press. R. Choosing between greatness and degradation. You can't even make this stuff up. Listen, selflessness, humility, it all goes together. Choosing between greatness and degradation. I'm not great. I am nothing. I need Him. I am needy to Him. Choosing between greatness and degradation. Infinite, exponential growth as well. Come on, who needs some growth in this season in many different ways? Also represents constant transition and flow. Changes of life. We're talking about transition. We're talking about seasons. Means breaking down into pieces and building new. We're talking about the door here. It literally all connects together. Breaking down into pieces and building new. Wow. The head, the leader, and the beginning. He is our head. He is our leader. He is the beginning. The beginning, something new. The beginning at a door. I mean, the head, the leader. Doesn't the leader open the door? I'm telling you. powerful. So if you get extra time, go dig into it. I'm going to dig into it some more, but I just had to share that with you guys this morning. So I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. I love you guys, and be blessed, and examine yourself. Where are you at today in your walk, in your season?